What is up, everybody? DanDanTheFireman here. We have about 8 motorcycle riders that are pretty new, and we're trying to figure out why they're having these mistakes. Okay, so let's go over some of these things. And if you're a brand new rider yourself, make sure you follow along because I want you guys to ride safely. You're going to learn some tips, little tricks here and there, and I'll see you guys on the next live stream. All right, here we go. Nice little dual sport. I love to see it. He has some climb gear. I have gear just like this. Very nice gear. I love it.
Where
So
the
he's
rider
probably
opened
just
the
been off-road.
throttle far too much while turning. The large amount of gravel on the road only made controlling
Gravel.
the bike
He's
even
used to
harder.
being off-road. A little bit of gravel, not a big deal, right? But once you add gravel with a little bit of asphalt, it gets a little slippery. So honking the horn, maybe trying to get attention of his buddy. If you had that card, or you can talk to him. Like, hey, I crashed. I'm sure they have one. All right, here we go. Nice little Harley.
Now.
Wild, wonderful weekend. Okay, we have somebody here. Why aren't they all the way to the front? Kind of weird, right? They should be all the way up to that line. Do you think they might want to come into our lane? Let's see what happens here, everybody. Make sure you guys grab yourself a donut. We have some donuts right here. If you click that like button, you get a free donut. Let's take a look. Yeah, I have a Honda. I wouldn't use my horn. I never do. All right, so we're accelerating.
And I start moving through my gears and gaining speed.
Okay.
But I guess since they were initially ahead
40 miles an hour.
They still were.
We're in the blind spot.
Or anything, here they come.
Yep.
Good
job.
Any good either. I guess I need to install an air horn if I'm going to keep riding here.
There it is. Yeah, I wouldn't use the little electric horn. Doesn't make much noise.
Anyway, I was
bonged up Kyle 420. Dang, nice name. Welcome.
Left lane. I think they saw what happened and seemed to be going slow, maybe to let me actually get up beside the person that almost hit me.
Wear a full face. All right. I like his after action review. Very good. I like what I see here. Okay. So we're getting up to here. Let's take a look. This is a typical scenario. So we accelerate out of the intersection.
Pull out from the traffic light.
Very good.
Moving through my gears and gaining speed.
So he's gaining speed.
But I guess since they
you see, so now for the next few seconds, we start going with the flow of traffic. Like we're both accelerating. And now it's like, I want to accelerate more to get ahead of everybody and everything. That's fine. But if you start recognizing that you're stuck, okay, you're stuck in a blind spot. Once you see that, allow them to continue their speed because you know that's what they're already doing. You can control whether you keep increasing speed or reducing speed to get yourself out of the blind spot. I ride staggered when I ride with cars as best I possibly can. If they do switch over, I'm not going to get hit, just like I ride staggered in a motorcycle group. If anybody has to do emergency swerves because there's a road surface hazard, they don't hit the other motorcyclist. So once I see myself here in that blind spot, I'm like, we're just going to keep increasing speed and we're still going to stay in this blind spot. I'm going to reduce my speed until I get to the staggered position and then increase my speed. That way we stay at a good flow of traffic. So once we see this for the next couple seconds, this is going to give you the idea of maybe I should not be here.
Were initially ahead of me, they figured they still were because without signaling or anything, here they.
So without signaling or anything, that's perfectly fine because not perfectly fine. They shouldn't be doing that. They should be signaling. They should be looking for their blind spots. They're not doing it. I get it. They should. Let's flip it around. Maybe you should not be in their blind spot. Okay, that makes people defensive, so I don't like to say that. I like to give you the education of, hey, how about this? Let's go ahead and solve the problem. So let's get out of their blind spot. But once you see something like this, now we're in that plan method, right? We first located a hazardous situation. It is a relevant threat in that blind spot, but no active threats. Now it's an active threat. We have to put ourselves in a new position for safety. Like I said, we have emergency swerving, emergency acceleration, emergency braking. Can't swerve to the left, can't swerve to the right. We can accelerate or decelerate. I prefer to decelerate before even being in this position. Remember what I said. I like to make sure that I'm not in a blind spot and I like to stay staggered. But if you catch yourself in this situation, you have two options. There's no street sign or street lights up ahead, plenty of room, nothing up there, great space cushion. You can accelerate hard if you want. Boom, give it some throttle. Give it some good throttle. Might take a little bit of time if you have a lower CC bike, but you can get out of it, right? Maybe move over a little bit and then accelerate. Great. Or do it at the same time. Great. But that puts you in a position of now you're going fast. Once again, slow it down, let them in, apply good progressive brake pressure, let them in, go ahead and honk the horn. And I like what he did here. This is what I would do if you ever have an issue. Decelerate, apply the brakes, go ahead and honk the horn.
Any good either.
Zoom in on their license plate. So if there was an issue, because you're trying to get yourself out of it, let the camera do its work. Think of your camera as an assistant. So if you did get hit, because all you're focused on is not getting hit, but you do get hit, your camera will pick up the license plate. That way, if something happens, you have to call 911, they take off, they're not there anymore, you at least have their license plate to give to the cops.
I guess I need to install an air horn if I'm going to keep riding here.
And that's another thing. The electric horn that we have put in our motorcycles, it's like beep, 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 beep. Very, very weak. Air horns will be loud. So if you want to install an air horn, cool. Go ahead and do that.
Anyway, I was going to pull up
Not a big
beside
deal.
them at the next light, but there was a
I like how he's
in
in.
the left
You
lane.
see how the space
I
cushion
think they
increased?
saw what happened and seemed to be
He's
going
just slowed
slow,
down,
let me
chill.
actually get up beside
Very
the
good.
person that almost hit.
Now, another tip I would offer as a smart rider, we wear full gear. So we're not wearing full gear. We don't even have gloves, jackets. Jeans will get ripped up. Regular shoes will get ripped up, fall off. And then when it comes to a 3/4 helmet, that's a 3/4 helmet. You notice on a 3/4 helmet, it does not protect the jaw at all. It doesn't protect the face and the jaw. It just protects the sides and the head. So it is going to protect your skull, your base of your skull and the sides and the top of your skull. That's great, but I also like my face. So if I do hit face first and I tear my jaw off, it doesn't matter what my skull is because my airway is now gone. Now I'm going to just choke to death. So I don't want that. So wear a full face helmet, please.
A very
here we go.
dangerous situation where the driver decided to overtake despite poor visibility.
Okay.
Fortunately, the rider was
Nice
able
little
to react
turn.
appropriately.
Oh, the motorcyclist reacted. Very good. Move over. Very good. So that driver was being dumb. They were passing on a blind turn. Okay. So let's go ahead and go over plan real quick. We're in a good position for safety. We're locating this hazardous turn because turns are hazardous. Same thing with intersections for motorcyclists. We're trying to assess any relevant threats, and as soon as we see an active one, we're going to navigate. And all we're doing is navigating into a new position for safety. The plan method, it goes in circles. You're constantly doing this. You're in a position, locate, assess, and if you have to navigate, go back into a new position. And you're constantly doing this over and over and over again. So we're in a good position right here. I love it. We see a car coming, right? We see the car coming over. All we did was position ourselves in a new position for safety right there. We navigated into a new position. Perfectly fine. Love that. It's great. We didn't have to swerve off the side of the road. We didn't accelerate into it. We didn't fight for the lane. We didn't do nothing. We just moved into a new position for safety, which we can do on a motorcycle. He slowed it down. You hear the engine RPMs go down. Moved over. Handled it. There we go. Going a little bit faster than the flow of traffic. They merged over. Not a big deal. I want to point out something here. You guys see that? Write in the comments what you guys see already. What pattern is this, everybody? While you guys are writing in the comments and in the chat during the live stream that we usually host on Tuesdays at 11 a.m. Mountain Standard Time, might be a little bit earlier going forward. But anyways, Tuesdays. While you guys are writing in the comments, I want to point out real quick, when I talk about position for safety when it's normal riding, this is the position I am in right here. I'm off to the side. So I'm going to put it up here so you guys can see because I know my big head's going to be blocking it. So either way, let's just do it. My head's not blocking. I can see right here. So I'm going along the line over here and then along the line over here. And the reason why, what you want to look for position for safety is great line of sight. You see how we could see really far, right? You want to have at least one escape path. Well, if we're over on the right, we can escape to the right. If we're on the left, we can escape to the shoulder. So these are good. Space cushion. This isn't the best space cushion at, let's see how fast he's going, 88 miles per hour. Okay, it's not the best space cushion at this speed because you're not going to be able to stop in time. But the cool thing about being off to the sides, right, is not only do you have an unobstructed view, which is your line of sight, unobstructed line of sight, is that if something happens, they slam the brakes really, really hard, right? They slam it. You're not going to stop in time. You're not going to be able to. So you either swerve or hopefully they stay. You can just keep going straight in a lane filtering. If you're not paying attention, let's say you're not paying attention whatsoever, you are zoned out. You're not paying attention whatsoever. They slam the brakes. You finally look up and they're like right here, right on. Like you're about to hit them, but you're in a position off to the side that even if you didn't apply the brakes, you're still not going to hit them. That is why I like to position off to the sides. Not because people can see me, not because any of that stuff. No, it's so I can see. So I have an escape. So I have something to go into if for some reason I'm not paying attention. Less movement too. So that's where I'm at. All right, so you guys wrote in the comments, open lane, open lane, open lane, open lane. Love it, guys. Open lane pattern. If you notice, we are doing it too. So this is a pattern that we always want to look for, just like the sides of the vehicles, just like for blind spots. Open lane pattern. What is that, everybody? Well, we have an open lane right here. Beautiful lane. Nobody's in it. I love it. I want to be in it myself. I don't want to be stuck behind this truck. I want to be in that open lane. So you notice I paused it perfectly where this motorcyclist is going for that open lane, right? So we do it too. Cars do it too. We tend to check, hopefully, our blind spots. We do head checks. We do a little mirror check, and then we go with our blinker on. Now, car drivers don't do that. They don't do that. They tend to not do that. Well, this guy does not want to be behind this guy. So he's going to switch into the open lane too. This guy has no reason to switch in the open lane. Really has no reason. So I'm not really concerned about that, but I still don't want to be side by side. But if you want to go because it's an open lane, and they want to go because it's an open lane, there's a possibility we will connect at some point. So what do? Well, we switch in the open lane, right? Because we want to. But once we switch, we're like right here, we watch real quick. We stay staggered. Right here, we're staggered. So if he switches over, he's not going to hit us. This is our new space cushion right here. We watch for like a second, split second, a second, see if they're going to switch over. And if they do, we let them in. Okay, so if we're going to switch, we're going to look. I don't want to be near them. And I'm going to go here and get back into the middle. I'm kind of doing like the whole magnet. Positive to positive will push the other magnet. Positive, negative will connect. I know I'm explaining quite a bit here, but it's very important. So we switch over. Now at this point, when I switched over, I'm going to keep a space cushion. I'm going to get to the far right. Yes, we have this guy right here. I get it, but I'm passing this guy first, okay? So I'm going to switch over as best I can. So if he does come over, he has to come over all the way, basically, to even touch me. By the time I see his tire pass this line, I can go ahead and roll off the throttle and apply a little bit of brakes to let him in. It gives me some space. Now, once I pass him, let's pretend that this is how it is. Once I pass him, I get back in the middle. That's what I do. That's pretty much what I'm doing when it comes to riding on a motorcycle. In a car, it's a little bit different because you take up the whole lane. Same concept. Okay, once you see, he's already doing it. He's doing a great swerve. Once you see that front tire, watch the truck up here. As soon as you see him cross, I mean, it's a grout line, basically. But once you see him cross that white, he's going in your lane. That gives you the first indication he's coming over. And this motorcyclist sees that. So he's going to go ahead and switch over to the far right. You notice how he has to switch over to the far right as an emergency maneuver? Let's go ahead and get back to it. I want to switch to the far right immediately right here so I don't have to do an emergency maneuver. And that's the whole point of positioning for safety. You see what I mean? I'm putting myself in a position knowing full well driver behavior is going to possibly do this. So I'm preemptively moving. My hand. Let's do this. I'm preemptively moving from here to here just in case. That's it. Just in case he does it. If he doesn't do it, I get back. And it's fun on a motorcycle, right? You guys have fun doing that. Man, my head is big right here. What's up, guys? So I'm switching over. Doesn't come over? Cool. I'm coming over here, switch over. He does come over? Cool, because I'm already in a position. And then we go. Then I go. But if you don't do that, you have to know the emergency maneuver of swerve, which is what he does. So very good. Good swerve. But let's go ahead and not do 111 miles per hour. Same thing, open lane pattern. You get, oh my gosh, guys. Same thing, open lane pattern. He's doing a head check. He doesn't want to be stuck behind this truck right here. You see that? We do our head checks because we are motorcyclists. We know the danger of it. Car drivers don't have the danger. They don't care because they have crumple zones, seat belts, airbags, roll cage. They're the biggest vehicles on the road, so even if they hit something, it's not a big deal, blah, 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 blah. We're on motorcycles. We only have gear. So we switch lanes because of our open lane patterns. An open lane here, we don't want to be stuck behind the Ford. Car driver does the same thing. Doesn't want to be behind this vehicle. Doesn't do a head check even for a freaking red car. And that's a Chrysler Pacifica. That white vehicle is a Chrysler Pacifica. I love it. I love mine. Anyways.
Oh, hell no.
How you doing, fellow bald man? All right, here we go. Open lane pattern. They're stuck in traffic. We have an open lane right here. That vehicle wants to pull over. We're coming up. As soon as we see them coming up and switching over, we slow it down. But you see how we are in the open lane. So if we see a long stack of vehicles on the right side or left side, whatever it is, this one's the right side, assume they might want to come over. I love his position. He's right over here. He's not in the middle, and he's not on the far right. Since he's over here, he has a space cushion to the right. So if he had to, he can swerve left or has enough time to possibly decelerate. That vehicle saw it ahead of time. Very good. Watch this red car closely. Okay, here we go. We're going to watch it. We're going to watch it. Let's watch it. He's looking at the Polaris slingshot. All right, same thing. They want to... Ooh. Okay, as soon as you see somebody do something stupid like that, get away. How do you get away if we're both going the same direction, right? How do you get away? Write in the comments. You have 3, 2, 1. If we're both going 90, let's say we're 90. How fast? You can't see. Let's say we're both going 80 miles per hour. The red car is gonna continue going 80 miles per hour, right? Or speed up. So if we drop it to 70, it's not that we're going backwards. It's that they're taking off. And you see that between my hands, the space cushion gets bigger. Until you're comfortable with the space cushion, you still go 70. They're going 80. They're still going, disappearing. Now you can go 80. And so then now you're just doing this. But now you have that space cushion between you. Right? Scary situation here. Since you're so close, you might want to get from 80 to 70, maybe 65 as quick as possible. So give it a little bit of front brake pressure, just a tiny bit. You don't need a lot at this speed. Because if something happens here, you have to swerve hard and quick and fast. And your perception is about a second, second and a half. Your reaction time is about a second, second and a half. That's 3 seconds. If he slams the brakes, he's hitting you in less than a second. So you're not going to be able to react in time. You're barely going to be able to perceive. You're going to be saying, oh, boom, hit. So give yourself a space cushion. Okay? If you don't know what a space cushion is, it's right here. But as soon as you see an idiot do dumb stuff like that, get away. So don't stay side by side. Don't do this. Don't look at. He's already got damage to his front bumper. You don't think you're going to be a little extra damage that he doesn't care about? He's not even paying the deductible to get that fixed. You don't think he's going to pay the deductible to get his vehicle fixed after he hits you? No, he's not gonna.
You got it?
Get away. Get away. Get away. Get away from him. Get away from him. Don't do this. Azimoto, go ahead and take a seat, buddy. Go ahead and take a seat. You can go sit up anywhere you want. Grab yourself a donut. They're massive donuts. They're basically like this big. Just sit and relax. We're going over your video. If you want to share this, perfectly fine. Go ahead and cut this video out. Post it on your channel. Enjoy it. But you're putting yourself in a high-risk situation to do this.
Don't know what I'm
On the road again, rambling man moto. Yeah, side of the vehicle, handling it well, man of steel. All right, here we go.
Guess I should have.
Hank Williams Jr. Yeah, love it, buddy. Moving on. Oh, very crazy traffic. Love the views. All I'm doing in this situation is enjoying that beautiful view. And especially if I'm on vacation and this is not the United States, I don't want to crash. I really don't want to. But I'm enjoying the views. It's a very narrow road, so you do have issues when it comes to space cushions and swerves to left and right. No, real escapes. And so when you're coming up to something like this guy obviously doesn't know how to drive very well. So what they're doing in their mentality is like, I got to be away from the wall. I got to be away from the cliff, and I need to have my space cushions because I don't know the dimensions of my vehicle. I don't know how to drive very well. I'm either new or just old or whatever it is. Okay, cool. That's what typically people do, though. So if you know that's what typically people do, keep yourself a little bit more to the right. So if you do have to swerve, it's not really a swerve. It's just a quick little lane change. It's harder to do when you're going fast. So let's not go fast. Look at that view. Is that Italy? It looks like Italy. I love it. All right, construction zone. Slow it down. Hey, are you paying attention? Oh, what did I just say earlier? No. MotoStars, don't put up the end screen yet. What did I say earlier? What did I say earlier? Write in the chat what I said earlier. Go ahead and write. We have pencils and pens over there. We used to have crayons, but all you Marines used to eat them, so we can't get rid of them, or we have to get rid of them. You guys really like the yellow ones. You say it tastes like lemon, but I don't get it. I tried a few. I kept trying them. It never tasted like lemon. I don't get it. I like to be off to the sides. Now, I wouldn't want to be on this side just because you got a lot of road debris and it could get kicked off over here. So if I'm off on this side, I could possibly hit like some dirt. I like to be off to the sides. So if this was an area where there wasn't a ton of dirt, so off to the sides, boom, look at that. Right? Position for safety, right? Position for safety, exactly. So position for safety. So if we're not paying attention and we're zoned down, like blah, 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 it looks like it's in the evening, possibly after work. It's jixy. I get it. You're tired. But if we're not paying attention, we're creeping up. They're applying the brakes. Boom, we hit. Not good. Not good. So what do? We off to the side so that if we aren't paying attention, we don't hit them because we just kind of do this lane split. We just do like this lane split. Okay? It also gives us good line of sight. So if this person's slamming the brakes because somebody else is slamming the brakes, we get to see the person ahead of them slam the brakes so that we know we need to start slowing down. And it also gives us a nice escape. Very simple escape, very easy. But if we're right here, we have to do a hard swerve to escape. We have to do a hard swerve to escape. You see how this is an easier escape versus these? You see what I mean? But he does it. Barely. See, if we were just in this lane position already, he slowed down because everyone else is slowing down. But MotoStars, we have some unbelievable motorcycle crashes that you have to see. Hey, guys, with that said, though, make sure you guys grab yourself a Cardo Pack Talk Edge. There's a sale going on between August 31st and September 7th, 2025, the Labor Day sale, 22% off. Click the link in the description. It should automatically apply my discount code, but if not, DDTF, Dan the Fireman, DDTF. We'll give you 22% off. So check it out, link in the description, between August 31st and September 7th. With that said, hope you guys ride safe, be safe, and I'll see you guys later.